Tweet us at LOL Esports, hashtag #LockIn. Let us know how you're watching these teams do battle because we are into game 2. Immortals 1-0 over Liquid. Liquid hoping to bring it to game 3.
Let's see. The deep ward is there for both teams as well, so they can see when the duos head into that lane, and they can start, the solo laners can start hard pressing, trying to scramble for all the CS they can get before they have to evacuate this ward. They don't even care about it being in tower range.
They just want to know if Fabi's coming, and now they know. It watches both the exits. Nice by Fabi. He W's the brush. Probably 100.
Gold differences that actually matter.
I would generally round to 100. If it's not, if you can't round it to at least 100, I think it doesn't count.
Yeah.
That's what I'd go for. Matt, interesting choice actually. Rushing mobility boost.
A little bit, tiny bit greedy here from Dardoch to start on the weak side, but just saw the recalls from the rest of the Immortals team, so. Plus he can rely upon the Tremor Sense. I think that first tick did see Rainover, yeah. He drops his pink ward though, so maybe he thought it was, yeah. I think with comeback in this series, Immortals though, we always talk about not letting up on the pressure. They get right back out on the field. They've threatened for the Drake. It is stalled out here by Team Liquid though. Not gonna let them get away with that.
Right. Very quick to the scene. They're always proactive, and they often ignore the small goal deficits they can sometimes get into from their aggressive plays. And they invited Liquid to not react in time, but thankfully for Liquid they did.
Yeah, and there have been games as well. We talked about Team Liquid when they're behind. They keep trying for a lot of these plays, even low percentage plays. Same thing goes for Immortals. And specifically a lot of those plays usually early invade. Remember when Immortals, though, punished Team Liquid early on in game 1? And they got this sort of a lead.
Yeah.
It was just that one mistake from Team Liquid early game. A couple of early kills over to Immortals, and
The curtain call? Does that mean there is an encore? Like, I forget what exactly curtain call means. Dash would know. I'm sure he's like, I know this one. I'm always with the wrong caster, because like Zyrene also did like some drama stuff in school. We had the moment arm where you weren't here, but you told me after the cast.
Trying to push it back the other way as Team Liquid try and pressure all 3 lanes and do a sort of Immortal style full map pressure here with their lead. Remember, this is still a meager lead. This is only very heavily. Remember, there's 2 Ocean Drakes though for Team Liquid, so chunks like that aren't going to cost them a lot of map pressure, and Immortals can't really get an objective picking people off. Dardoch does have flash, so there's a possibility of Rek'Sai getting in there for the flash on Burrow. But it has been respected by Immortals. Immortals have plenty of speed on the Sivir and Zilean for pretty much everyone to remain safe. As we said, spiking very strongly right now. The Rod of Ages is almost fully stacked, and the Seraphs is completed. So Huni right now is feeling very confident, even though he's 0-2. You know, 1 revive is great. 2 revives is still great in itself. Lorlo should immediately ult Rainover, shred Rainover, just burn down the Olaf. You do not run. Stand your ground. Regardless of, you know, regardless of the paths he could have taken once he got into that situation. And he has no pressure from any of the members of the rest of his team to really consider doing that.
Yeah. The thought is always you can't be that far ahead of the rest of your team. They've got to be able to threaten joining you and be there to help if something goes slightly awry.
Or in position to back you up, even though theoretically that could be the right play if everyone was.
It's not the biggest of leads. They've also got to get it through to game 3, but But Walter said they weren't happy with how their series went. SM to be the top dog in NA. Here they are. Slip here, Baron still on for just under a minute as we figure out how they want to play this. Chance, they're going to close it out, and Liquid looking to continue the chain of upsets today. A game 2 victory over Immortals, and this series will go the distance.